Amy Schumer once stood at the pinnacle of comedy with her fearless, boundary-pushing humor. Her early success as a comedian broke barriers, offering a refreshing voice that spoke candidly about issues like body image, relationships, and gender dynamics. However, as her career progressed, Schumer's popularity began to wane, overshadowed by a growing tide of controversy and backlash that transformed her once-beloved comedic persona into one of the most polarizing figures in modern entertainment. Amy Beth Schumer was born on June 1st, 1981 in Manhattan, New York City, New York, United States. She was raised in an upper-middle-class family, the daughter of Sandra and Gordon Schumer. Her father owned a baby furniture company, while her mother had a background in teaching. Schumer's upbringing was marked by significant highs and lows. When she was 9 years old, her father's business failed, leading to financial struggles. Around the same time, her father was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, a condition that would profoundly affect her family dynamics. These early experiences of hardship helped shape Schumer's sense of humor, providing the foundation for her later work in comedy. After her parents' divorce, Schumer moved to Long Island with her mother and siblings. She attended Southside High School in Rockville Center, where she was voted class clown and teacher's worst nightmare by her peers. These accolades hinted at the sharp wit and rebellious streak that would later define her comedy. Schumer went on to study at Towson University in Maryland, where she earned a degree in theater. After graduating in 2003, she returned to New York City to pursue acting and eventually found her calling in stand-up comedy. Amy Schumer's comedy was once groundbreaking. She took on awkward, often uncomfortable topics with a boldness that resonated with audiences who saw themselves reflected in her struggles and triumphs. Her show, Inside Amy Schumer, was celebrated for bringing gender parity to comedy, with critics hailing it as a turning point for female representation in the entertainment industry. However, as her career advanced, her reliance on crude humor and self-deprecating jokes became a source of growing criticism. For instance, her frequent use of sexual humor and over-the-top stories about personal embarrassments began to feel repetitive, with some viewers and critics claiming that her material lacked originality. One user on Twitter summed up the sentiment: "Amy Schumer's comedy is like eating the same meal every day. At first, it's great. Then, you realize it's just the same bland taste over and over again." These criticisms began to gain traction as the public began to expect more from her than just shock value. One of the most damaging controversies to Schumer's reputation came from accusations of joke theft. Numerous instances surfaced where her material closely mirrored that of other comedians, such as Kathleen Madigan's magician skit, or instances of copying jokes from lesser-known acts. Schumer was criticized for appearing to appropriate content without proper acknowledgement, fueling the perception that her humor lacked authenticity.
Oh, that's perfect.
They can ring you up right over there.
Thanks so much.
Sure. Okay, I'm Bengi. If you need any other sizes, you please let me know, all right? There you go.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Great.
All right, did somebody help you with this?
Yeah, she's right over... Oh, she's not there.
Did someone help you today?
Yeah,
Who was it?
you know...
In 2018, comedian Kathleen Madigan tweeted about Schumer's magician bit, writing, "Hey, at Amy Schumer, I've been doing that bit about sawing a woman in half for years. Might want to rethink your originality." Despite Schumer's repeated denials, the comparisons continued to surface, contributing to a growing narrative that she relied on uncredited material to build her brand. This issue didn't just affect her credibility. Fans began to feel deceived, and fellow comedians expressed disapproval over the lack of acknowledgement towards past material. Schumer's turn toward political activism also sparked widespread criticism. While her involvement in social issues seemed admirable to some, others found her approach abrasive and out of touch. One of the most polarizing moments was her infamous tweet comparing Trump supporters to Nazis, which caused an immediate backlash. Many felt that her comments were overly simplistic and painted an entire political group with a broad brush, alienating a large portion of her audience. A Reddit user posted, "Amy Schumer used to be funny, but her political takes have made her unbearable. Comparing millions of people to Nazis? It's a low blow that doesn't belong in comedy." The controversy further divided her fanbase, with critics accusing her of trying to use humor as a platform for preaching rather than entertaining. In her Netflix special, The Leather Special, Schumer was again met with mixed reviews. While some lauded her boldness, others criticized her for relying too heavily on shock humor. Viewers felt that her attempts to be edgy came across as forced, lacking the authenticity that once made her stand out. "It's like she's trying so hard to be edgy that the humor falls flat," one user commented. The special's uneven reception reflected how her comedic style began to clash with modern sensibilities, leaving her vulnerable to criticism for straying too far from the relatable, empowering humor that once defined her career. Her interactions on social media only exacerbated these issues. Fans frequently took issue with her dismissive responses, accusing her of being out of touch with her audience. One notable example was her Twitter spat with fans who criticized her performance at a comedy show, which resulted in comments like, "Amy Schumer thinks she's too famous to check in at the gym. Like, girl, you're not Oprah," further cementing her image as aloof and disconnected from her fanbase. Despite the controversies, Schumer's Expecting Amy offered a glimpse of redemption. The HBO Max series documented her pregnancy journey with raw, unfiltered honesty. In this format, she returned to the more personal, vulnerable style that once connected her with audiences. Her openness about the difficulties of motherhood allowed her to reclaim a more authentic image. One viewer wrote, "This is the Amy Schumer I love, raw, real, and relatable. We need more of this Amy and less of the try-hard comedian." While the show wasn't devoid of criticism, it showcased a renewed effort by Schumer to return to a grounded approach, even though her earlier controversies still loomed large. Amy Schumer's evolution from a beloved comedic voice to a divisive, polarizing figure is reflective of the challenges modern comedians face in a socially conscious era. Her early success stemmed from authenticity, but as she navigated the demands of mainstream popularity, controversy and backlash became inevitable. Whether viewed as a trailblazer or an overexposed figure, Amy Schumer has undeniably left an indelible mark on comedy, and her journey continues to be one of adaptation and, at times, criticism. Ultimately, her story serves as a reminder that staying relevant in the ever-changing landscape of entertainment requires more than just bold humor. It demands constant reinvention and genuine connection with an audience that holds increasingly higher standards for accountability and authenticity. As of today, Schumer continues to perform and engage in projects that blend comedy and personal storytelling, reflecting her enduring ability to evolve with the times. While her career trajectory remains a subject of debate, she has undeniably made an impact on the world of entertainment, showcasing the complexities of fame and the resilience required to navigate it.